of the biggest mysteries, I think, in our beauty space is why some companies are allowed to use pigments in their eyeshadow that the FDA specifically says are not intended for use around the eye. It is one of the big questions. I'm sad to say we still don't have an answer to that question, but what we do have is the end of one of these class action lawsuits against a major brand. This one is ColourPop, accused of using quote unquote inherently dangerous pigments in their eyeshadows. There is a conclusion to that I have to share with you. I don't believe this has been published anywhere. My contact over at classaction.org was kind enough to fill me in on this. So this may be a What's Up in Makeup exclusive, maybe. Then we have two celebrity stories. The first one being about Ariana Grande and what she's recently said about how makeup and cosmetic procedures have affected her. And then the second one is about Sofia Richie, and she recently put a hair routine up on TikTok, and hairdressers everywhere are absolutely losing their mind because of Sofia Richie's reach, and they are concerned. So I'm going to share what she did and why hairstylists are so concerned about it, and why you may want to consider, if you ever do this routine, to do it very, very sparingly. And then when we hit the product report, it is officially gift set season. I asked on the YouTube community tab if you wanted to hear about gift sets, and once I got into it, I did not get out of it. Let me just say that. I never made it out because there are so many gift sets. But this is the thing, is with Sephora and Ulta gift sets, they really pop at the beginning of the season, and then they get more and more boring, in my opinion, after having done this for, 7 or 8 years, What's Up in Makeup. They're not as exciting as they go along. So I want to hit the gift sets for you really, really hard today, because I feel like it's a great way to try products at a lower cost, get a mini of something before you invest in the full size. Sets are fantastic, and these are some of the best ones we will probably see all season. So we're going to go deep into those, and I cannot wait to share with you the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. I'm so excited about it. So hang tight. We're about to jump into all of that right about now. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup, where we talk about everything that is happening in the beauty space all in one place. And I think this is the first week in quite a while that we don't have influencer news. Of course, we have celebrity news, but influencer news is real quiet this week, which go influencers, because that means they're not getting themselves into as much drama, at least in our particular space. There's drama going on in other spaces, but not in ours. So let's go ahead and start with what I found to be the most fascinating, which is this ColourPop class action lawsuit that was settled. Because, inherently dangerous is probably not something that you want associated with your makeup company. And ColourPop, Morphe, and Huda Beauty all have that in common, in that they have had class action lawsuits against them because they use specific pigments in them that the FDA has said are not intended for use around the eyes. They are used maybe in lip products or cheek products, but not around the eyes. But it is important to note, if you've never heard me talk about this, that these pigments are approved for eye use in the European Union. They are much better at these regulations than us. It's just that the FDA, they got other priorities, and we'll get into that as well. This is now the second of those three lawsuits that have been settled. So the Huda Beauty lawsuit, she basically dipped out early. She was like, you know what? This is going to cost me a lot of money. This is going to be a lot of things. You know what we're going to do is we're just going to say, anybody who wants a refund, you can have a refund. I will give you your money back for the Neon Obsession palettes that you bought. Ended up costing Huda Beauty over $2 million for this settlement. With the Morphe one, we have no idea if that one will ever pick up again, because Morphe declared bankruptcy and the courts have declared that case what they call on ice. Will it ever thaw? We may never know. ColourPop's lawsuit has been hanging in the air since about almost exactly this time last year, and like I said, it has come to a conclusion. The plaintiffs argued that ColourPop, quote, misrepresents the purpose of the product and misled customers that the products are intended for for use in the eye area when they are unsafe and unfit to use in that manner. Basically, they're showing these advertisements, they're showing next on the product page the products being used on the eyes, but the pigments aren't supposed to be used on the eye area. They also call out the use of different language to hide the pigments, including calling the palettes shadow palettes, pigment palettes, or pressed powder palettes rather than eyeshadow palettes. They also call out ColourPop's eyeliners, where it's not hiding that it's supposed to be used on the eyes. They're called eyeliners. They're calling them eyeliners, and they're using these pigments that the FDA hasn't approved for eye use. So what was the plaintiff seeking? Essentially, they were looking for ColourPop to give refunds to people who purchased these products, but they were also asking for punitive damages because of the quote-unquote deception that ColourPop continued to produce infringing products even after the lawyer, quote, put the defendant on notice of the dangers, and that this is, quote, constituted as conscious disregard or indifference to the life, safety, and rights of persons exposed to such conduct. That sounds so serious. So serious. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. It's not that serious. But the plaintiff really said that this was serious because they also wanted the ColourPop to be punished. They said defendants' malicious and fraudulent conduct must be punished to deter future harm to others. But what it came down to is that Casey Wilson, who was the plaintiff in this, couldn't prove that she was hurt in any way by these products or that she was in any danger in the future by continuing to use them. The short version of the ruling is that Judge Trina Thompson of the Northern District of California said that the FDA is responsible for this, that this is not a class action issue. It is an FDA issue. This is what she says in her ruling. The court finds that plaintiffs' amended claims ultimately depend on the existence of violation of federal law. The court can't make a decision the FDA itself did not make. Plaintiff can't have it both ways. Plaintiff either needs the FDCA, or the FDA of California, to identify whether the alleged ingredients in the purchased products are harmful when applied to the eye area, or reference a parallel state law governing the products in a similar fashion. She's saying that if the FDA doesn't see this as a big deal and going after them, it is not our place to go after them. And unless you can prove that the state of California has gone after someone and this has been a thing in the past, there's not anything I can do about it. She says the court's hands are tied, and as a result, plaintiff has not alleged concrete or actual injuries in her use of the products purchased. Therefore, plaintiff's allegation that the products are unsafe is not a fact, but rather is conclusory in nature. I really love the way the judge wrote this because it's not full of a bunch of court language. Like it's really straight to the point. She says she can appreciate the possibility of risk of harm if plaintiff purchased products are absorbed into the eye at dangerous levels, but still, plaintiff has neither plausibly alleged that she suffered any injuries the harmful ingredients can cause, nor has she shown that there is a high probability, or any for that matter, that injury will imminently occur in the future. Plaintiff has not shown that the defendant's conduct selling makeup to plaintiff is illegal, and without reasonably affirming the products are unsafe, the court cannot say an actual misrepresentation occurred. Regarding the plaintiff's loss of money, she says that the claim for economic loss also necessarily relies on establishing the products she purchased have been deemed unsafe, and they cannot be deemed unsafe if she has not been harmed. This next line from the judge feels like her flicking a fly out of her courtroom. Like, it really feels like that. She says, absent a ruling on harm regarding the defendant's products, the court hereby denies plaintiff the opportunity to amend her complaint. She's like, get out of here with this nonsense. You cannot amend. You cannot come back. We're done with this. So what does this mean for us as a consumer? What does this mean for brands? It seems like, well, let me just say this. The pigments that they're being accused of using that are not FDA approved for eye use, a lot of them are the pigments that are used that make reds and pinks and purples so beautiful to use. If we're just limited to carmine and red 40, we're really limiting how many colors of eyeshadow we can get within that range. So unless in the future a plaintiff can prove that they were physically harmed, that they have a doctor saying this person was harmed by this product, and I'm assuming it's going to have to be something a little bit more permanent, something that caused, significant damage to the eye, I think these are all going to get thrown out. The only way brands are going to be held accountable for this is if the FDA starts taking this seriously and starts telling brands, hey, you can't do this. But the thing is it's like, if no one is actually getting hurt, they may get a little eye irritation, they may get a little staining, whatever, but nobody's actually physically getting hurt. Is the FDA gonna make this a priority when they have so many other things going on? Like, for example, just this past week, the FDA sent out cease and desist letters to some eye drop manufacturing companies. It was 6 different companies plus CVS and Walgreens, I guess, for carrying them, because some of the eye drops were found to have either contaminants or unregulated formulas, like weird stuff happening with these eye drops where they could actually cause harm to people. Some of the companies also received warnings regarding quality issues related to sterility. And when you're talking about something sterile, you don't want something that's not sterile going into your eyeballs. And these are eye drops that are specifically meant to be put in the eye for things like glaucoma and pink eye and stuff like that. If you're curious about that, I'm going to put the full list on the screen of the different brands, but the full article, of course, will be linked down below for you. So my point is that the FDA is taking care, trying to protect consumers from things that are actually harmful, that have proven to be harmful, and things that are like contamination concerns, stuff like that. They don't give a shit about whether someone uses red 6 in an eyeshadow because no one is being hurt by it. It is a low priority, it seems. But if for some reason it becomes a higher priority, my personal opinion is that I hope that they just test them for eye use, however they can do that. Maybe check with the EU somehow and just approve them for eye use here in the US. That would be, I think, ideal in the situation, because we've talked about, even though some people may be sensitive to these pigments, there are lots of ingredients in eyeshadow and, fragrance and different things like that people are sensitive to already that are FDA approved. And there really doesn't seem to be a reason why these are not FDA approved for eye use. So if I hear anything else regarding this topic, of course, I will 100% let you know. If you've never seen the Vogue celebrity spotlights that they do over there, I highly recommend you check them out if you are interested in celebrities and celebrity culture. If you're not, skip it, because you'll be like, why do I even care? But I found the one that Ariana Grande just did last week with Vogue very, very interesting, because it really gave an insight into who she is as a person and how beauty routines, makeup, and cosmetic procedures have affected her over the years. And I just found it very interesting. So I wanted to talk to you about it. Of course, the full video will be linked down below for you. It's also super neat for me as a beauty video creator to see celebrities trying to be beauty video creators. And it just, I don't know, I just really find it interesting. So Ariana does a pre-makeup skincare routine and then goes into doing her makeup mostly with REM beauty products. So she starts off with Sarah Ford's BioCell Oxygen Serum, which will run you about $90 on her website. Not right now though, because since Ariana uploaded her video, it's sold out, but I'm assuming it will come back at some point. But what was weird about this is that the ingredients in this particular serum were things that I have never seen in skincare before. And I think it's because I don't go to a dermatologist for my skincare. I go to Sephora or I go to Ulta. Like, it's just a different world of skincare to what Ariana Grande is being recommended. The serum says that it uses an oxygenated growth factor at clinical levels that target texture, wrinkles, fine lines, and sagging skin for a visibly noticeable appearance, encouraging cell renewal and supporting collagen and elastin. The ingredients that they use that are in the very top of the ingredient list are human conditioned media and human adipose stromal cell conditioned media. What the world? So I did like a quick run over of it, and it looks pretty cool, but I'm wondering where does this start? Like, how is this made? Like, what is the beginning of this? And I just need to dig a little deeper to find it. But it definitely makes me want to learn more. Like, when I have time, I want to go down the rabbit hole and learn a little bit more about this. I'm sure Dr. Dre or somebody has done a video on this stuff. So after that, this is my biggest critique of Ariana in this video, is that she mixes her La Mer moisturizer with the Ulta MD sunscreen, and she doesn't put on nearly enough sunscreen. I mean, especially if she's mixing it with a moisturizer, I don't understand why. Put the moisturizer on, then put the sunscreen on top, a right amount of sunscreen, or just use the sunscreen. I don't know why she's using, it's just weird. It's a strange choice. It's definitely better than no sunscreen. I'm glad she's using a sunscreen, but she's not using enough sunscreen. She then does an under eye routine that I felt looked a little excessive, but also quite relaxing. She puts on the REM Beauty under eye cream, and then she puts on some Shiseido eye patches. Seems a little overkill, but it's not my routine. She could do whatever she wants. And that's when she gets into her history of using makeup and of cosmetic procedures. She says that makeup products were part of her early performances as a child, and later on in her childhood, she was also inspired by drag, which I didn't expect, I guess because I don't know a lot about Ariana Grande. I didn't realize she was connected to Drag Race and stuff like that, and RuPaul, all that. I didn't know that, so I was surprised to hear that. Now I know. She's actually very charming in this video. I'm gonna go ahead and play you my favorite part.
One of my favorite things to do is to create like a 60s looking cat eye, and I'm gonna use our multi-use eye stick in Intergalactic. I'm really concerned about making sure you guys are seeing everything, and in the process of doing so, I can't see a goddamn thing I'm doing. I'm just coloring like a 4-year-old, but it will come together, trust me.
Then she goes on to talk about the negative effects of makeup and cosmetic procedures. I'll play that clip too.
I feel like my relationship to beauty has changed so much over the years, especially because I started so young, you know, being exposed to so many voices at a young age, and especially when people have like things to say about your appearance and stuff at a young age, it's like really hard to know what's worth hearing and not. But you know, when you're 17, you don't really know, you don't know that yet. I, over the years, used makeup as a disguise or as something to hide behind, and more and more hair, more and more thicker the eyeliner, the whatever, you know, and that can be so beautiful at times, and I still do have love for it. I'm doing mascara and appreciation for it, but I think as I get older, I don't love that being the intention behind it anymore. I think of it as self-expression now and accentuating what is here. Our relationships to beauty are so personal. Like, we're here talking about beauty secrets. Isn't the secret that we all just want to feel our best and be loved? Full transparency, as a beauty person, as I do my lips, I've had a ton of lip filler over the years and Botox. I stopped in 2018 because I just felt so too much. I just felt like hiding, you know? Didn't expect to get emotional. Take 300. No, for a long time, beauty was about hiding for me. And now I feel like maybe it's not. Since I stopped getting fillers and Botox, and maybe I'll start again one day, I don't know. To each their own, whatever makes you feel beautiful, I do support. But I know for me, I was just like, oh, I want to see my well-earned cry lines and smile lines. I hope my smile lines get deeper and deeper, and I laugh more and more. And I just think aging is like it can be such a beautiful thing. Now, might I get a facelift in 10 years? Might, yeah. But these are just thoughts that I feel like we should be able to discuss if we're sitting here talking about beauty secrets. Let's lay it all out there.
I absolutely loved this video by Ariana. I felt like it was like a true vulnerable emotional moment for her that it seemed like she wasn't expecting was going to happen. I mean, she is an actress, but that'd be pretty good acting to have that just be acting. I really did believe her that this was really how she was feeling in that moment. And I really felt for her, and it made me feel more parasocial with her. It made me feel a little more connected to her. And I'm really glad that she allowed herself to be vulnerable on camera like that. And like I mentioned earlier, the video will be available down below. If you want to watch the whole thing, I highly recommend that you do. No matter how hard we want to fight it, no matter how much we're like cringing over it, generation after generation looks to celebrities for trends. It's just the way that it has always been since the beginning of time, since ancient Egypt. If you saw my brow video, you know what I'm talking about. I'll link it down below, the history of eyebrows. It's a fabulous video, just saying. But it does go into how celebrities influenced makeup trends even all the way back then. And it's not going away anytime soon. But one thing that the media will do is that if a celebrity puts out something as a trend that they see may be harmful to people to copy, they will call it out. And that's what's happened with Sofia Richie. If you're not familiar with her, she is the daughter of Lionel Richie and the sister of Nicole.
Bless our makeup, our fake eyelashes, and our lip liner.
It's not really a call out of Sofia herself as much as the call out of her routine that she calls the sleek, lazy girl bun. The routine has over 25 million views over on TikTok, and hairstylists are screaming about it, mostly due to the fact that she styles her wet hair the way that she does. Professionals warn that wet hair, when you pull it and you twist it, you are more likely to break it. I'm gonna play a clip for you from a hairstylist named Rachel Valentine. She responded, and I really like the way she worded this.
Our hair is like an elastic band, and when it's wet, it's really stretchy. And if you think about the more you're going to be stretching that elastic band and putting it under stress, the more likely it is to break.
Some stylists were saying that because she uses a hair mask and oil in the video, it may not be as damaging as if she didn't use those products, but at the same time, they're still saying that this is a routine that you should do sparingly. Beyond the twisting and the pulling of the hair, people are also talking about something called traction alopecia. And I remember Jojo Siwa talking about that. And basically what happens is when you pull your hair really tight, whether it's a ponytail, whether it's tight braids, anytime that you're pulling on the hair follicle, you can damage the hair follicle to the point where your hair will literally never grow back. So it's something to take very seriously. And of course, it's not just doing this routine one time or even 10 times. It's when you do these kinds of hairstyles all the time for years and years on end, that's when you can cause that serious damage. The other nitpick I want to mention, just from personal perspective, because I'm not a hair person like at all, my hair routine has to be very easy. She calls this the sleek lazy girl bun, but I counted 12 steps. And she used 4 different products. To me, that is not a lazy girl routine. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of effort. But of course, that is 100% subjective. So my question to you is, how many steps is your hair routine? I do feel like mine right out of the shower is pretty intense, but the days I don't wash my hair, oh, I'm just running a brush through it. That's all that's happening. Nothing more than running a brush through it. All right, my friend, let us jump into the product report. We are going all in on the gift sets, but before we do, I do have an update for you from last week. We talked about the Laneige lip sleeping masks and how there was an error when you went in to try to buy them, the new caramel apple one, and then there was one that was labeled caramel peppermint, that you couldn't click on them, you couldn't buy them. They're available now, but I do have sad news for you. The caramel peppermint one was not real. Some of y'all called it out. It was listed as caramel peppermint, but now they've updated it and it's just peppermint now, which, you know, I'm a little bit disappointed in the basic of just a peppermint flavored lip balm, but also caramel peppermint is just a really odd combo for me. I did do a quick Google search and there are desserts that are caramel peppermint flavored. So somebody must think this is a good idea. It must be delicious to somebody. I don't know. I was very curious and very sad to see that they hadn't gone there with it. But I guess, you know, Laneige can be a basic sometimes. I did notice with the caramel one though, the reviews, people are complaining that the tint on it is really gross. It's just an ugly shade, which makes me really sad. But most of the time when I use a lip mask, I'm putting it over something anyway, or I'm just going to sleep. Anyway, moving on from that, the one thing I want to talk about that is not a gift set over at Sephora that launches the iconic London Smoky Eye Dual Kajal Liner and Eyeshadow Duo. There's 6 different duos available, $25 each. This is the thing is like, I saw on the top ones, they look like they're complementary colors rather than being the exact same shade. And I thought that was really cool because you can put the eyeshadow on and then throw the liner on top and there is a good solid contrast there. But then when you get into like the more colored ones, like the green one and the blue one, they look a lot more similar. And I kind of wish they'd stuck with the more contrasty thing. But then again, like thinking about it, like maybe you just want to use the eyeshadow, you just want to use the eyeliner, or you want to use the eyeshadow on your upper lid and you want to use the liner on your lower waterline or something like that. Like I see how there's a use for it, but I got real excited that there was kind of complimentary thing going on. Then I was like, wait a second, they're not all like that. Oh well. But still, really neat concept from iconic London. This is the most exciting thing for me to see come out at Sephora every single year, and it's the Sephora Favorites kits. I used to buy them every single year. I kind of chilled out on them, but I'm considering buying one just to try some of these things. It's a great way to try high-end products products for a lower cost, trying a ton of them, because the full sizes obviously are going to run you a lot more than what the price of these kits are. So let's talk about it. We have the Glitz and Glam makeup set, $49. You get a full size Glossier Lash Slick mascara, a set of velour lashes, and Effortless. And then you get mini sizes of the iconic London Hydrating Setting Spray, then the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax, which is super fab. Love that product. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Dewdrops. That's another great product. The Jisoo, which I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but the Jisoo hair oil. I was really hoping it was the lip oil because that's what I'm really interested in trying, but it's the hair oil. The Ilia eyeshadow tint, the Huda Beauty matte lip pencil, the Kosas lip oil, and the LYS matte cream blush. Those LYS blushes are really good too. So that's that set. That's $49. Then we move into the holiday makeup must-haves. This is $58 because you get more full-size products. You get a full-size beauty blender, so that's $20 on its own, a full-size KVD tattoo pencil liner, the full-size Lawless smoothing gloss, and a full-size milk blush stick. Those milk blush sticks are really good too. And then you get the smaller sizes. So smaller sizes are of the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo, which is a really nice dry shampoo, the Charlotte Tilbury Setting Spray, the Dr. Dennis Gross Daily Peel, the Fenty Volumizing Mascara, the Huda Beauty Setting Powder in Banana Bread, a mini makeup eraser, which I have a full set of mini makeup erasers. I actually used one earlier today. Fantastic product. And then the Youth to the People Superfood Cleanser, which I used in the past and really enjoyed. So I feel like they're really putting like good products in here overall. There's a couple of things that are kind of wah-wah, like the KVD tattoo pencil liner. It's like, I think I still have residual effect, I think, from getting 90 million black eyeliners in subscription boxes from 2016 to 2019. So whenever there's like a black eyeliner, I'm like, like I don't want a black eyeliner. Like I think it's just residual, honestly. But there's a reason why they did that. Is because a lot of people use black pencil liners. It makes sense. There's one more Sephora favorites kit, and this is another one that I highly recommend checking out. And this is the Mini Holiday Lash Dash to Go Mascara Set. $28. You get 5 minis, and you do get a voucher, and that voucher will allow you to trade it in for a full size of any of these mascaras of your choice. So this is a fantastic deal. You just have to check what the rules of the voucher are before you buy it. In this set, you get the Lancome Lash Idol, you get the Too Faced Better Than Sex, the Tarte Tartelette Tubing Mascara, which is a current favorite of mine, Benefit Fan Fest, which is another current favorite of mine. Both of those are freaking phenomenal. And then the Milk Rise Mascara that I've never tried. Better Than Sex is really clumpy, so just kind of, at least from my experience, it's very clumpy, but volumizing and lengthening. It's got a lot of product comes off on there, and I've never tried the Lancome Lash Idol, but I've heard really good things. And those mascaras for full size will run you $18 to $25, something like that, for the full size that you get the voucher for. So you're really only paying $13, something like that, for all of those mini sizes. It's wonderful. And if you throw away your mascara every 3 to 4 months, like we probably are supposed to be doing, I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I wait about 6 months to throw mine away. Just don't tell anybody. But this is over a year's worth of mascara. This is a lot of, if you only use one mascara at a time, this is over a year's worth for $28 of all high-end mascaras. Can you tell how much I love this set? I freaking love this set. Also very excited about these, and I've seen a lot of people excited about these online. So this is from Rare Beauty. They have 2 sets. This is the Mini Blush and Glow 4-piece set, $34, 2 blushes and 2 liquid luminizers. People are very excited about this. I would imagine if this isn't already sold out, it's going to sell out pretty quickly. It's just a very, very popular product. I think because it's Rare Beauty, because it's Selena Gomez, and also it's just very loved formulas. She also has the Everyday Rose Lip Oil and Liner Duo. That's $25. You get, of course, a lip oil and a lip liner in a universal rose brown shade. Now let's talk about Kosas. They have one gift set. This is the Wet Set Undressed Nude Sheer Lipstick and Lip Oil set. It's $24. You get a full-size wet stick and a mini wet lip oil gloss. And I don't know why this is like grossing me out. Like there's something about the names of these that make me just think about mouth noises. Like I used to really love listening to ASMR videos. I still listen to ASMR videos, but I've got like my ones I listen to all the time. And I would click on a new channel and all of a sudden there'd be all these mouth noises. Like all these people, if you don't know ASMR, it's basically relaxation videos, but some of them are very heavy in the slapping of the mouth noises. And I cannot with that. I absolutely cannot. It's just a personal preference. And that's what this set reminds me of. It sounds like mouth noises. I know it's not, but it's like, I don't know. Something about it just put me off. Anyway, let's move on. Buxom, also having to do with lip products, but less wet. They are playing off their strengths with these because they know that their lip products are well loved. We have the For the Win Plumping Lip Gloss Set, $49. You get full size plump shot collagen infused lip serum in Get Naked and 5 mini full on plumping lip polishes. Then the second set is called the Bonus Points Lip Plumping Set. It is $35 for mini full on plumping lip polishes in that one. Moving on to Bare Minerals. Now at Sephora, they only have one set, but when we talk about Ulta, there's a bunch more. So if you're a Bare Minerals fan, hang tight. There's more coming in a second. So the first one is the Shining Moment Mineral Lip Gloss Duo, $25. You get 2 Mineralist Lip Gloss Balms. So that's the only one that's at Sephora. We'll get to the ones at Ulta in just a second. The last one that I want to talk about that's specifically at Sephora is from NARS. It's the All That Glitters Light Reflecting Cheek Palette, $60 for 6 blushes. $10 a blush for NARS, that's pretty good. Then the Invite Only Mini Afterglow Liquid Blush Set, $45 for 3 blush shades. And then coming on September 29th, there's 2 more NARS sets. The Mini Dolce Vita Blush Duo, $28. You get a mini blush and a mini multiple, both in Dolce Vita, which is a dusty rose shade, and then the Mini Orgasm Blush Duo for $28 as well, a mini Afterglow liquid blush, and then the mini multiple in that shade. So over at Ulta and Sephora, this is what kind of put me on over the edge on this, is because I'd done all of the Sephora stuff, right? And then I went over to Ulta and it was all the same stuff. And I'm like, except for there were like slight variations. So I had to like sort it all out and organize it. And it drove me absolutely bonkers. I was up until midnight last night. Eventually I was like, you know what? It's midnight. I'm going to bed. I'm taking care of my physical health. Because I was absolutely freaking losing it because it was so much. So Tarte and Benefit are the big ones. I'm going to list off everything that's at both and then we'll talk about some differences. So at both Ulta and Sephora from Tarte, we have a Honeysuckle Holiday Maracuja Juicy Collector Set, $42. It includes a Juicy Lip in Honeysuckle, a Juicy Lip Liner in Honeysuckle, and a limited edition coordinating eye and cheek palette. It looks like black honey. It is called Honeysuckle. I mean, they're allowed to do that. It's fine, but it looks like black honey to me. Next up, we have the Best of Maracuja Juicy Lip Set. This is $40. You get 4 of their Juicy Lip products. We get a balm, a plump, a creme, and a shift. They're all in complementary shades, and I think this is really smart because they say, you can use them alone or you can mix and match. I think that's really cool. Also from Tarte, the All Stars Amazonian Clay Collector Set, $54. You get 4 little palettes. There's a Tartelette Amazonian Clay palette, a Tartelette Starlight Amazonian Clay palette, the Glamazon Amazonian Clay Face palette, and the Maracuja Juicy Amazonian Clay palette. It does look like a really nice gift for the right person on that one. This next one is probably my least favorite. It's kind of odd. It is the Amazonian Clay Party Palette Cheek Set, $42. The marketing says 1 for you and 2 for your besties. So I'm wondering, because they really do look very similar, are they the same? Are they the exact same shade and you just get 3 of them? You keep one and then you pass 2 along? I mean, I guess if you have like 2 close friends, but you have to have exactly 2, because if you have 1, then you're going to end up with an extra one for no reason. If you have more than 2 friends, then the other friends are going to be like, where the hell are my palettes? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a weird thing here. Like, I get it. And I think for the perfect setup, this is going to be great. But I think a lot of us either fall into the category of I have 1 friend or no friends, or I have more than 2 friends that I feel like the other friends would be left out. Beyond that, another one not super exciting, the 30-second Smolder Eyeshadow and Liner Trio Set. Pretty self-explanatory, straightforward, $36 there. The Iconic Lashes and Eyeliner Bestseller Set, $44. You do get 3 mascaras, the Big Ego, the Lights Camera Lashes, and the Tartelette Tubing. I love the Lights Camera Lashes and the Tartelette Tubing. I haven't tried Big Ego in forever, and I honestly can't remember whether I like that or not. You also get a double take eyeliner. So this one actually looks like a really nice set. Actually, you know what? I just realized, I looked back at my notes. I didn't end up gathering every single product from Ulta because the things that weren't at Sephora looked kind of basic and boring, kind of like the eyeliner one. But I will link it down below so it's easy for you to find. And now thinking about it, I think I did the same thing with Benefit, because the ones that are over at Ulta, it's literally like the only thing that's just at Ulta, it's mostly just the skincare sets and things that are like a mix of some basic makeup with some skincare. So I'll just mostly focus on the ones that are at both Sephora and Ulta. So we have the Mistletoe Blush and Lip and Cheek Stain and Blush Duo, $32. It does include a Benetton and a Shelley blush. Then we have the Cherry Cheeks Blush and Bronzer Face Palette, or the Twinkle Jingle Blush and Highlighter Palette. Those are $44 each. The first one has a hula, a Shelley, and a cookie. Sounds weird out of context. And the second one has a dandelion blush and a dandelion highlighter and a honey bee highlighter. Next up, the Nice List Lashes Mascara Value Set, $48. Full size trio featuring the Bag Al Bang, the They're Real, and the Roller Lash mascaras. Plus, you get a mini FanFest mascara. The FanFest mascara is freaking fab. It is awesome. I actually have it right here. Benefit sent it to me for promo, and I am really freaking loving this. If you don't want all of that, there's also the Bang & Lash Fest mini mascara value set. That's $20. You get a mini Bag Al Bang and a mini Fan Fest. If you're more into the brow stuff, we have the mini Lash and Brow Bells mascara and brow setter value set, $20 with a mini Fan Fest and a mini 24-hour brow setter. Both those products absolutely super fab. Fluff and Festive Brows, brow pencil, gel, and wax value set. All of these are amazing. This is $36, 5 shades available for color choices for you. The Gimme Brow Pencil, the Gimme Brow Tinted Brow Gel, and the Fluff Up Brow Wax, all great products. There was one Ulta exclusive I want to share with you because it's freaking huge. This is the All I Want Beauty Advent Calendar value set. It's $149 and you get 24 products in here. It looks like, it doesn't say specifically which ones are mini and which ones are full size, but it does look like there's a couple full size products in here. There's skincare, brow products, cheek products, mascaras. If you were looking at, or you knew someone was looking at trying Benefit as a brand, this looks like it would be a great gift for somebody or for yourself. Last brand that has a lot of overlap between Sephora and Ulta is Laura Mercier. The Glow and Go Forth Mini Tinted Moisturizer Blush Trio, $28 in a peachy pink shade and a pale nude, and then a deep blue rose with golden sheen. The Guiding Star Loose Setting Powder and Puff, $43. Their translucent setting powder is in the limited edition packaging. And there's 2 eye stick trios. The Stellar Shimmer is Sephora only, but the Cosmic Stars one is both at Sephora and Ulta. You get mini caviar eye stick trios. Those are $34 each. And then finally, only at Ulta, the Dawn of Discovery Illuminating Set, $38, full size blush color infusion and a mini caviar stick eyeshadow. All right. So let's close that one up and let's move on to the Ulta exclusives. Before we go into the sets, we talked about last week the Lancome and Louvre collection. The eyeshadow palette from that collection that's absolutely freaking gorgeous is over at Ulta now. It is $89. I really do hope the performance matches the packaging on this. Freaking beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. And then one product coming soon on September 24th, the KVD Beauty Dazzle Gel Hyper Metallic Vegan Eyeshadow, 3 shades, $24 each. Definitely going to be great for the right person, but this is so bringing me back to the days of the L'Oreal Infallibles and the Urban Decay Single Shadows. It's like, I feel like this is about 5 years too late for me as far as this product, but I think there are definitely still people that still use like single shadows like this that are bright colors. I mean, 100% this is going to be good for the right person. I just feel like it fits better into the trends of that time if they wanted a really high selling product. But I do think the niche people will really love this. And remember I was saying about Bare Minerals earlier, we're jumping into gift sets over at Ulta with the Bare Minerals stuff. So the ones I mentioned earlier from Sephora are also available at Ulta. But then along with that, there is the Love Your Lashes Mascara Duo, $27. You get a Maximist and a Strength and Length mascara. The Tiny Treasures 4-piece makeup set, $25. You get 4 minis of the Mineral Veil setting powder, the bronzer, the Maximus mascara, and the Mineralist lip gloss balm. Then there's the Glow Giver blush and bronzer duo. Bronzer. That word is so weird coming out of my mouth. $36. You get a full-size Gen Nude blush and a full-size Gen Nude bronzer. And I would love to see these things swatched next to each other because they look so similar. Other than the way they look in the packaging, the color looks almost identical. I'd be so curious to see these next to each other. Anyway, next up, the Mineral Ocean Wonders eyeshadow palette is $32, 6 shades in that palette. And then they also have an advent calendar. It's 12 Days of Joy holiday advent calendar, $110 for full size and 8 mini products. For the minis, you get a setting powder, a moisturizer, a serum, an eye cream, a lipstick, a night concentrate, a bronzer, and a mascara. And then for the full size products in that, you get a loose eye color, a loose blush, an eyeliner, and a lip gloss balm. And then the last thing I wanted to mention in the product report is from Buxom. The For the Win Plumping Lip Set is the same one that's at Sephora, but only at Ulta. There's the Player Eye Kit for $30. It's a full-size mascara and a full-size eyeliner. The Power Move Plumping Lip Kit, $25. 3 minis, a plumping lip polish, a plumping lip cream, both in the shade White Russian, which is the shade that they're super famous for, and then a lip liner in Smooth Spice. And then finally, the Personal Best Plumping Lip Kit, also $25. You get a full-size lip cream and a mini lip cream. I am not going to hit you with, I'm not going to say not. I'm hoping that I will not hit you with as many sets next week. That's why I went on my community tab. I was like, y'all want to hear about these sets? And people were just very excited about the freaking sets. So because I spent so much time in set land, I ran out of time for the rest of it. And if you would really love to see all of the rest of the things we're launched this week, I'm going to link some of my friends' videos that talk about this stuff all the time. There are a lot of people that do the product report style videos, will I buy it, and just talking about new makeup releases of the week. I will link some of my friends' videos down below. All right, let us talk about PR Purchase Product of the Week, and I want to share this with you. I did not order this. I ordered from Gabby Rose Makeup. I ordered the brush, and Gabby was kind enough to send the eyeshadow palette over as well. I did not put, I forget that brand owners can see your email address because I didn't tell her I was ordering. I have no contact. I've never spoken to her in my life, but I guess she saw my email address and decided to include this in the order. So thank you, Gabby, for including this. I really had fun playing with this today. So this is the Face Master palette. Oh, and she also included this little mini face brush, and this has been really fun. I've been using this to apply cream blush, and I really like it a lot. So it comes in this beautiful packaging, first of all. It's got kind of almost feels like a crock bag on the outside. And of course, there's the Gabby Rose right there. And you open it up, and I didn't expect this. Look at this. How about that? So I used on my face today, this is the first time I've used it. I used the contour shade here. I used this highlight here, and then I used this blush here. And that's how I got this cheeky thing I got going on over here. And then on my eyes today, if you were wondering what the glitter was glowing on my lid, it is this shade right here called Sparkly, is all over my lid. For the rest of my eye look, I use the shade Mocha, which is a deep brown, the Vanilla, which is a cream shade, and then I use a little bit of this Glam 2 shade, which is like a foiled, deeper brown shade. And then on my lower lash line, I use a little bit of this Sky shade because I thought it looked pretty with my top here. And then a little bit of the Mocha shade on the outer corner out on the side here. For my lipstick today, I used a combo of a couple of things. I've been very much loving this Dose of Colors Glass Petal Lip Oil that I purchased. So I used that, and then I topped that with the shades Cacao and Mocha. I mixed those two together to get my lipstick today. And then I also added a little bit to get a little glow, the Ice Glow Light Champagne Highlighter. And I really had fun playing with this palette today. It was very, very easy to use. You can always tell when a makeup artist makes something. You know, when makeup artists really put love into their products, you can tell. And that's what I can tell with this, is that this was made with love, with care, that it wasn't just some kind of mass-produced, pick some shades off a shelf kind of situation. It's very, very well done, and I'm very much enjoying it. This is the first time I've used it, but I'm going to continue to use this. So thank you, Gabby, for sending this over. And then finally, notable sales this week, we have from NYX the Friends and Family 30% off plus free gift with purchase of $30 or more. Then the 25% off over at Urban Decay for their fall glow up sale, and 40% off over at Give Me Glow just on select items. And that, my friend, was what's up in makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again, as always, so much to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you for all of your submissions this week. Chat today is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you can hang out with us live, but if you can't, it's no problem. It's very easy to find on the replay. If you're subscribed, if you're not already subscribed and you watch a lot of my videos and you really enjoyed them, just subscribe right now, because you might as well, because you know you're enjoying it here, right? If you do that, the chat will be in your subscription feed just right there for you. You don't have to hunt for it. If you don't want to do that, which is totally fine, it's your choice. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't want to subscribe. It's totally okay. But you will have to do a little bit of hunting. You're going to have to go to my channel page, click on my videos, and then click on the live tab. That's where all my live chats are housed. Or you have the option of going into my video description where we have the What's Up in Makeup live chat podcast listed. You can click there. It has all of the live chats we've done so far this year. And then there is a fourth choice. How many choices have we got so far? Fourth choice maybe, where you can go over to YouTube Music and you can subscribe to the podcast over there. Thank you again so much for watching What's Up in Makeup. It means so much to me. If you would like to hang out just a little bit longer because you're not ready to go, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you to watch, including last week's episode of What's Up in Makeup. That's going to be down there. YouTube's going to pick the top one based on your viewing history, but if you do need to go, I'll get it. You got stuff to do. There's no problem at all. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did. And mad love to you. I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.